Let's hit it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Pop. My name is Mariel and I'm greeting you from the beautiful Mexico City. And I have here with me my two wonderful and amazing co hosts, all the way from Brazil, Sao Paulo, Sorocaba, Sao Paulo. We have Lucas Abate, and all the way from Bogota, Colombia, we have Mauricio Sierra.
Hello,
Hello, friend.
guys. Yay. We are
Hey,
separated
everyone,
today.
thanks for watching. Yeah, so sad. But we know that they both had a great moment together this past week, and that's awesome to know that the Ready Set Pop family is getting to know more of each other. So that's perfect.
Yes. Mi casa, su casa.
Oh, okay. I just want to let you know that I'm going to be in Sao Paulo for 2 months. So if your casa is mi casa, then I'll go.
It's better
Yeah.
you. So,
I don't want to be so intrusive. Only 2 months.
Only 2 months. Yeah.
that's perfect. Yeah.
We can work it out. Yes.
Yeah, you know that our casa is your casa, everybody. Okay, so tonight, tonight's episode was chosen by my friend Mousy Mumu, who decided to talk about national anthems, songs that from, let's say, Mao is going to talk about songs from two songs, one from Mexico and one from Brazil that were very, very, very popular in Colombia. Lucas is going to do the same with one from Mexico, one from Colombia, and I will do the same with one from Brazil and one from Colombia. So we hope that you know the songs we are going to talk about. And I just want to ask you, Mao, why did you decide to talk about this tonight?
Thank you, Mariel. Well, I had a wonderful week with my friend Lucky in his house, and I already had the amazing opportunity to share that with you in a way in your house too. So being in your houses, so thank you so much, friend. I love you so much, friends, because it's amazing that the both of you open the doors of your house for me. So I love it, and I experimented a lot of things. Amazing. So when I went to pop the club that Lucas worked, I was thinking about how curious it is, a song that is huge here for another place, you know. So I was thinking a lot about because in Latin America sometimes songs are very different. The success of the songs are very different, especially in Brazil. So I
Mhm.
was like, okay, I want to dedicate after all this experience that I had in Lucas' house and I've been in your house too, Marila. I want to dedicate this episode like, okay, these songs were from the places, from the countries of my friend, but were very popular here. So I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Well, Mao, it has been a pleasure having you in our homes and that you acknowledge our the music from our countries. That's great. And that we get to acknowledge music from your country too. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so for starters, Mao, you are the one that chose this topic. So can you please start?
Okay, I'm going to start with the song that was very popular here and is from your country, Mariel, and is Cava, the group, and the song is La Vida Que Va. This song was very popular here back in the day. I remember very well because it was 2002 when the song was released here, and I remember very well this year because that was the year when I started in high school. So I started listening to the radio all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My life changed a lot in different ways. You know, when you are in elementary school, then in high school, your life changed so much. So this song was part of this moment. You know, like
Yes.
because I remember the song on the radio and the video, and for me was like I only knew about En la calle de las sirenas, of course, because it was so popular, But and then this song,
Mhm.
and this song was also huge here. So I love the song so much in that moment, and in the video is very they are very alternative in a way because of the way
Mhm.
the dresses and everything. Yeah, the looks were very alternative. So it was a song that I really love, and it was a song that was really popular, and everybody knew about this song. You know, I remember going to
Okay.
the school and talking about the song with other friends, and everybody knew about the song. So I want to know if it was the same in Mexico, how was the song, and of course in Brazil in this song had the opportunity to rank or something like that because I don't think so, but let's see. We might do.
Yes. Well, the song was huge indeed. Cabal was always one of the biggest groups here in Mexico, and every time they released new music, their music was at the top. So it was the same with La Vida Que Va. So
Hmm.
it was everywhere. Like Adrian here is saying, Univision used it as the theme song for the for the telenovela El Juego de la Vida instead of the original by Brazilian band Twister. But
Oh,
the song was also used in several. I think it was in a commercial. It was a long time ago, but I do remember the song being everywhere because that year was the year when Big Brother became famous in here. We had the first season of Big Brother, and so that time is when Cabal played the song for did a song for the Big Brother show, and since it was so big, the group was at its peak, and that song for from Big Brother was then included in that album La Vida Que Va. So yes, the song was indeed huge.
okay, okay. Very nice, very nice. What about Brazil, my friend?
Yeah, nothing by this group was released here, unfortunately. I discovered
Hmm.
them.
Mm,
I remember I was working in a place, so it was 2017, I think. Took me a while to know about them. And the first album that I heard was this album. And I remember I like it so much because
mm,
I think from all the discography by them, this is the one that is kind of closer to the sound of Rebelde a little bit.
Yeah.
So it
mhm.
was easy for me to like. So I know the song, I like the song, but was never released here. And of course, in the same moment, I knew about La Calle de las Sirenas that I love so
Mhm.
much, and I listen all the time. I love that song.
Okay, well, there's a hidden message behind that song.
That makes me
Yes.
like even more, actually. Because I think I said that here before. That song is so poppy and so bubbly in a way, but even before I knew that, I could sense some darkness in that song. I don't know. There's some weird
Yeah.
vibe in that, and that makes me like. So, was Mariel that told me that here the actual subject of the song, and I kind of like it. I understand why is that
Yeah,
dark. I don't know.
it was really really famous here in Mexico back in the 90s, and to this day it is Capaz's most popular song to date.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah,
their signature song.
signature song. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was yesterday checking the cover of the CD single, and it's like a
Mm,
mermaid, a woman mermaid. So
yeah,
you could guess a little bit.
yeah, and
Exactly.
I've seen Caba live several times, and they always close their shows with La Calle de las Sirenas, and people always get like, wow, super
I
Crazy.
will love
super
that.
crazy about it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on with Lucas.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Colombia to change a little, and I chose Shakira, of course, but I chose specifically the song "Fool." Because Shakira was very popular here since Estoy Aquí. I think Brazil was one of the first countries that really embraced her as an artist because Estoy Aqui was so popular that was kind of like a Brazilian song, you know, everyone
Mm-hmm.
knew, and she was always here during that moment. I think during that moment and Donde Están los Ladrones, she was always here in the most popular television channels, even the smallest ones. It was like Brazilian artists, Shakira, Enrique Iglesias, and Chris Duran, all the time in those channels. So a lot of songs by her were popular, and I could talk about a lot of songs, but I chose Full because I thought it would be interesting to tell you guys that this song was actually a single here in Brazil because I know that it's the only country that released it full as a single. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so was not like huge to be honest. Was not like whenever whatever or the other songs, but it had a moment in the radio. Was kind of well played on the radio and kind of popular, and it was released as part of a soundtrack as well of a telenovela that is O Beijo do Vampiro, that is like the vampire's kiss. That
Mm-hmm.
I love it because it was kind of for teens. It was for young people, and they released
Mm-hmm.
this as a single in 2002. Because of that, the only sad part for me is that they didn't release the one here as a single. Um, I think shocked with the moment. I would choose the one. I think it is more for the radio for my taste in music and has a music video. So I think they released it like 2 months before the one became a single. So it kind of blew it, the one here in Brazil. But I think was
Mm-hmm.
interesting to mention. And another thing that is cool about the single is that they actually created a promo single for the song, and it's one of the most rare items for
Mm-hmm.
Shakira fans. If you check on Discogs, the price that they sold this is like you know, it's very expensive because it's very rare.
Oh
So
wow.
this is my choice, Full
Mm-hmm.
by Shakira. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was just released
I
here,
gotta
so
say,
yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, because I gotta say, I never heard of this song here in Mexico. Like you said, if it was only released in Brazil, the song was never played here. But the other songs from Laundry Service were huge. So, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a great era. What about you, Mao? What are your thoughts on that song?
Okay, well, it's special because you know that we had different songs that were not released any place in the world, only here by Shakira. You know, the two first albums, for example, were only released here in Colombia, uh, and it's special because with Who was not the same; was only released in Brazil, and actually is one of if it's not my favorite, it's one of my favorites from On the Service. I love the song, and I remember in 2005 or
Mhm.
4 listening to the song a lot because in that year I got the album and listening to the song because I was very Shakira fan, actually a big Shakira fan in that moment. So I was listening to the song. It was one of my favorites. So it's crazy that the song was never released here and only in Brazil because we had different things by Shakira that were never released in other part of the world. So it's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
And either even for example from Donde Están los Ladrones songs like Si Vuelves played on the radio, Sombra de Ti, songs that
Yeah,
were never released in other place in the world. So
yeah.
it's crazy
And
that they never tried to pull.
I think my favorite from that album, that is Si Te Vas, was played
Hmm.
on Mexico, in the radio on Mexico in
Oh yeah,
1999.
Citabas was very popular. Was
Yeah,
very
and
popular.
it's only in your country. It was released as a single.
Mm, yeah, I
Here,
remember. I remember.
here was released too, Si Te Vas.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Because in this moment when she was used, so that is the reason that I think, okay, they never try with pool because almost the Donde Están los Ladrones album complete sounded on the radio, like almost complete.
Wow.
With Lord it was different, and
Mhm.
it's a song that I really like. I really like, and I think now that you are talking about the one, I think the same. The one was not popular here, of course, was released, but was not like other songs. Even when in this moment Shakira, with everything, everybody loved Shakira in that moment, was not popular. But I agree that maybe even when the one was more for the radio and everything, maybe they try with full two here because everybody loves about her. But anyway, it's amazing that it was only released in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah. It's very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, very.
Now, Mariel.
Cool. Okay, so now it's my turn, and I'm gonna go with Brazil. In here, the song "Ai Se Eu Te Pego," what is his name? The guy's
Mich-
name, Lucas?
Michel Teló. Michel Teló.
Michel Teló. Yes, that Michel Teló. Yes, that song was huge here in Mexico. It was playing everywhere. Wherever you would go, you would hear that song. People were singing without understanding a single word, but you could see everybody, se eu te pego, se eu te pego. It was really, really popular back then. So, I don't know in Colombia, I'm guessing Brazil was popular, but what about Colombia, Mimau?
I'm dying to know. I have this. I think I had this conversation with Lucky, but I'm dying to know the details about the song because here was also huge, also popular. It's crazy. A song like that was popular in a lot of Latin American countries in comparison to to others that I consider that okay, this song could could work in that moment. You know, like in a moment in time, maybe this song could work. We have this conversation in Lucky House because I was talking about, for example, Vanessa Camargo, Sen Querer. For me, the song is perfection. For me, the song, even, of course, if she released in that moment a version in Spanish, of course, worked. But even in Portuguese, I think the song worked so well for the radio because it was like very similar to other singers, you know, Thalia, Paulina, even Shakira. So for me, it was like perfect song and suddenly this song became popular. I think this song was popular because of the clubs here in Colombia. I don't know in Mexico, but the song was played a lot in the clubs, a lot, and everybody was singing the song because of that. Even no understanding anything, as you said, me Mariel, but the song was popular because of the club. But that makes me think why it was popular in comparison to the others that were never released. So, friend, what do you think? And how was the song in Brazil, the place?
Yeah. Michel Teló was already famous before that song. He came from a group called Tradição, but he was like not a huge star
Mhm.
until that moment. That song changed everything from for him, even here in Brazil. So the song was
Mm,
very popular. To be honest, I don't understand why it crossed the oceans so much because it was not only Latin America, it was in the charts in Europe a lot, like several countries in Europe that has
Everywhere.
Portuguese, yes, has Portuguese as a more distance language than we do. So
Mhm.
it's crazy, but I think the reason why is more about the phonetical thing of I se eu te pego, you know, like the sound of it. I don't know. The
Mhm.
song is obviously catchy and there's the
so,
catchy melody, but I think the word "I se eu te pego," I se eu te is like a phonema. You guys probably know, but after that, the music in Brazil was totally to that direction, with
mm,
songs that were like only phonemas, like che cherere che che cherere che che, that
yeah,
also
that
was
was
Oh.
popular in some
Mhm.
songs. And eu quero tchau, quero chu 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 tchau. All the songs were like that in that moment.
mm,
And
Mhm.
I think in dance music in that moment, They had a lot of in Portuguese is sanfona, the musical instrument. Like for example, the song "Stereo Love" by Edward Maya. There's this
Mm-hmm.
instrument that I'm saying, and it's very
Nice.
similar to what we use, yes,
Mm-hmm.
in sertanejo music here in Brazil. So I think was easy to connect, as Mal said, to the clubs.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but I'm talking about the sound of it because he recorded in English to try to make the song bigger, especially in the US. But no one even cared about the uh,
no.
English version. Was the Portuguese version that was a hit all around the world. And
Oh.
yeah, yeah, he's very nice. To be honest, not my type of music, but I saw him in a festival uh, that he played alongside with Jennifer Lopez, Kelly Clarkson, Cobra Starship, a lot of pop artists, and he was there. So I had to watch, and to be honest, was very cool. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when it's a good artist, they know how to capture your attention and make it good. So I consider him a good artist for sure. And he's like on The Voice here, is one of the judges.
Oh,
The
okay.
Voice.
Okay.
Yes.
Judge.
Oh, I see. Our friend Joaquin says, I remember that in Chile, Michel Telo's song was also played in a cover by Ina, the Romanian singer, and in
Oh,
Germany, a remix of Michel with Becky G was played and it reached number one for 10 weeks.
crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, this girl Ina has exactly the type of dance music that I was talking about. That
Mm-hmm.
there's this mixture of this type of musical instruments that we use here a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And Adrian says, what does it say in Espanol? It's like RBD in English. They were like meh.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was meant to be in Portuguese. And I so te pego is like um I don't know. Because in English version he sings "Oh if I catch you," but doesn't make any sense. It's more in a sexual way. If I catch you, if I have you, you have no idea what I'm gonna do. Is that what it means? I so te pego. Is very Brazilian. Yes.
Oh, oh, okay. Okay, okay. Thank you,
Actually,
Luquitas.
I remember when this song Cheche Dereche was released here, that it was always huge. Everybody thought in that moment that was the same guy because nobody
Uh,
knew about Michel Tello, about Gustavo Lima. Gustavo Lima is the singer, right?
yeah.
So,
Unfortunately.
so yes, yes. Because I know you prefer Michel Tello over Gustavo Lima, right, friend?
Is it possible to like this guy Gustavo Lima for very political things? Well, let's
Okay.
say.
Got it,
Mm-hmm.
got it.
Uh, yeah, and he's now saying that he's want to be the president of Brazil.
No way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah. Move on. I don't want to give
I get
space
it.
to that type of person. Yes.
Let's hear.
Okay, Mao. Your next song, darling.
My next song from Brazil. Well, this happened, and this is the amazing part of this episode that we have a Brazilian person here because I think maybe if we have a person from another place in Latin America, maybe we share different songs. But with Brazil works different in a lot of ways, like songs like this Gustavo Lima or this Michel Tello songs were popular. It was like, oh, it's incredible that a Brazilian song is popular everywhere in Portuguese. And this happened with this song. The song is called the real name because I want to know what how was that in Mexico because here in Colombia the real name of the song is Tic Tic Tac, right, friend?
Yeah.
And the band is called Carrapicho. But I remember in that moment when the song was released here, everybody called the song El Carrapicho. Like,
Mm-hmm.
el carrapicho, ta 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 ta. I was a kid in that moment, and I remember listening to the song everywhere. Like in the buses, in my house. Everywhere I go, the song was there. And I remember it was so danceable. So I remember being a kid, like dancing the song a lot because I really like the reading of the song. And after years of years, knowing that the song was in Portuguese because I never knew the language in that moment, and knowing too that the song is from Brazil, from the Amazonian part of Brazil, right, friend?
Yes, Amazonia.
So yes, the song was huge. The song was everywhere, and it is, I think, very from that. Like it's not pop, but became pop. Became mainstream because of that. And I want to know how was the song in Mexico, Maria?
What year was it released?
I think it was 1995, four, friend.
1996, and
Nin-
in some European countries, 1997.
Okay.
Well, I was 7 years old when that happened, so I don't remember listening to that
Oh,
song. And even
okay.
though
No,
my no, I don't remember it when even though my parents, they play a lot of music, mostly my dad, but no, I don't remember the song. I listened to it today and it didn't ring the bell. I was like, that song didn't make it to Mexico, or if it made it to Mexico, I wasn't aware of that because I was so young. So for me, it was like the first time listening.
no
Yeah,
way, no way. But that makes me think maybe
Yeah.
the song was not popular only here, in comparison to the other the other Latin American countries. I don't know. Because you heard a lot of music in that time, Mario. You remember a lot of music from the time.
maybe it
So
was
maybe,
not released there.
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't released. I gotta play it to my husband because he was a teenager in the 90s. So yes, I married someone older. Um, uh, and maybe he can tell me if he remembers that, but I don't know. I don't think so because I have never heard it on clubs or on the radio, or I don't. I haven't. So I'm interested. I'm interested.
Okay, yes, yes, and right now I'm curious, and I remember even now people remember the song. You can ask anybody like, you remember El Carrapicho, and people say like, yes, yes, El Carrapicho, ta-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because the
Okay, I
name,
will.
yeah, was so the people remember the song as the name of the band, like El Carrapicho.
Okay, I will ask for that because I don't remember the song. Joaquin says that it was huge. Was it huge, Joaquin, in Chile or
Oh,
in
okay.
Germany?
I think
Let us
both.
know.
In Austria, I know that it was number two in Austria. In Austria,
Wow.
is the charts very similar to German. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. And I want to know if in Chile was like that, like was
yeah,
called El Capricho and not Tic Tic Tac. And now, friend, give us the whole context about the song in Brazil.
let's read Joaquin first because
Okay.
he's saying Tic Tic Tac was big in Chile, Mal,
Uh,
in '96, and in Germany it came out in 1997 by Chile. Yes, featuring Carapicho. Is like a collaboration, but it's the same song and has a different music video. I watched one of those days, and was produced by Frankie Farian, creator of De La Bouche, Milli
Mm-hmm.
Vanilli, and reached number three on the top 100.
okay, so it was
Yes.
very popular there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, back then, I was really young when that song was released here. I think I was 5 or 6 because he, if the song was released in 1996 in other countries, probably was 1995 in
We
here.
were 7. We were 7.
I was 5 in 1995. So I think was that in that moment because I
Mm.
remember uh, a lot, but I had no idea that this song was popular outside Brazil because we didn't have internet back then. So sometimes when the people were in shows in television, the TV host says like, "Oh, number five in German and everything," but was not something that I was paying attention back then. So I discovered very recently that this song was so popular, especially in Europe, because of those journeys that I make in the charts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what was a shock for me, of course, it was huge, huge, huge here in Brazil. I remember as a kid, I was a little afraid of the guy who sings. He was very weird to me. And to be honest, when I watch the music video now, I still have a little bit of, I feel afraid a little bit of him, but it's okay. But I have a lot of memories with that song. It's very popular. And my favorite memory, I think I mentioned this before, but was in a trip for with my family. We went to a beach here in São Paulo, and they were playing a concert for free in this beach. Yes, so was one of my first concerts, if not the first, in my life. So I have a lot of good memories, and it's cool to know that that song was so popular because came from a part of Brazil that is not so expressive in music nationally.
Mm-hmm.
It's very regional,
Very
and
original, yeah.
yeah, it's very different than the music that everyone listens. So I think that makes even more special, let's say.
Okay. Well,
But
Joaquin
hit
says,
wonder, one hit wonder, okay?
okay.
It's
The
all
other
that,
one,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Our friend Joaquin here says that it was released in France only in 1995 and that he has the CD Maxi single. Wow.
My friend Marlon for Barranquilla also has the single. That is crazy. That shows how popular it
I
was.
love this. I love
Friend,
this.
friend it was also a one he wanted in Brazil.
Yes, one hit wonder
No
here
way,
in Brazil
no
as
way.
well. And
Seriously.
I used to sing all wrong the
Why?
lyrics because it's hard even for us here in Portuguese. There's a lot of reference for parties that they have in Amazonia.
Mm,
So I used to sing all wrong. Yeah, I know because even now when I listen, my brain is stuck with the lyrics that I had when I was a kid. So I can sing all wrong even now. Yes.
okay. Okay, Luquitas, your next song.
Okay, my next song is from Mexico. Um, of course, I could choose a lot of songs because Brazil loves Mexico. So we had hits by Thalia, uh, Rebelde, a lot of singers. Any member of Rebelde in solo career had hits here in Brazil because we love so much. Um, so I decided to go to more rock orientation, that is Maná, because it's another case that I consider
Mm-hmm.
curious to share with you guys. So I choose Vivir Sin Aire. Is the one that I chose, right? Is this one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it?
Uh,
Yes, Vivir Sin Aire. Yeah.
because yes, the first time that I knew about Maná was Coração Espinado with Santana.
Yeah.
That was released here in 2000, but was kind of overshadowed by a Portuguese version that a singer made here. His name is Leonardo. So
Mm,
we kind of didn't pay attention to the original in that moment. So in 2002, they released Ángel del Amor, that I remember seeing this on MTV all the time, and I love it, that
mm-hmm.
song so much, but was not a hit, was not on the radio here. But in that moment, I don't know what happened because in 1999 they released the MTV Unplugged, and the album was released here in Brazil with any promotion, just released like a bunch of albums that were released here in Brazil. But in 2002, near the end of the year, they decided to release the song En el Muelle de San Blas
Yes.
uh,
Oh
as
yeah.
a
Mm-hmm.
single here in Brazil. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that that song was a single in Mexico in the 90s. Uh, So was just released as a single here in Brazil in 2002 with the unplugged version. So they re-released the unplugged CD. They released the album Revolución de Amor,
Yeah.
uh, and they released the original album from the 90s that had that song all the time, all together, and made San Blas as the single for the three, the three albums. And here in Brazil, I don't know why the song was just called San Blas,
Okay.
not San
Hmm.
Blas, and that was popular. So because of that, the MTV finally showed the MTV Unplugged here in Brazil in 2003, and they released Viver Sin Aire in 2003 as a single for the Unplugged that was released years and years before. And what was crazy that the song went number one for several weeks here in Brazil, and is the track number 11 in the year-end charts of 2003 in Brazil. And
Wow.
is a song like that is from the 90s. The unplugged version was not released as a single anywhere else, just here, and was huge. So I think it's very curious the way they promoted Mana here, using all the discography that was behind, and making advantage of that in Brazil. And after that, it was normal. They continue releasing the Mana music
Hmm.
normally. Lábios Compartidos, for example, was huge here in Brazil as well. But I believe Viver Sin Aire is the favorite for Brazilian people. If you play, people will sing. I think both songs, San Blas and this one, I don't know if it's your type of music, Mariel, but for me, it's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Especially San Blas, because there's so much story behind the song. It's like a
Yes.
story he's telling that is beautiful, makes me cry sometimes. And we have a similar song here in Brazil that is Ana e o Mar, that tells a story of the ocean falling in love for a girl that makes like impossible love, and it's kind of similar to San Blas. So
Hmm.
I love it so much, and I think it's curious that this story. What do you guys think?
Uh,
Mariel.
okay. 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 Well, I grew up listening to Mana because of my dad. So yes, I'm familiar with him with them. It's not like I love them. I want to go see them. No, but I do like their songs. It's
Hmm.
that album that has El Muelle de San Blas. I think it's called Sueños Líquidos. That was their most popular album. It was huge. It was actually, I have a book that is American. It's an American book of the 100 best-selling albums of the 90s, and that album is included in that list. So
Oh, okay.
it's
Huge.
great. It's huge. It was huge. And that fun fact: the woman on that cover that is covering her breasts, and she has like another two hands over here and the ones on her breast. That woman is Queen Leticia from Spain.
Oh,
Just so you know. Mhm.
No, no way, no way. I didn't
Yes.
know that. No way.
Yeah. Yes way. Yes way.
yes, man.
In that moment, she was living in Mexico. I already knew that she lives in Mexico for a while.
She worked here as a reporter for several
Yes.
years, and she did that photo shoot for Mana. So yeah, fun
Okay.
fact.
Fun fact. Yeah.
So yeah, the song that you mentioned, Vivir Sin Aire, is definitely huge in here. That one and Mariposa Traicionera and Muelle de San Blas. Estoy ahogado en un bar. I love that song. It's so cool. And another one that is way from early 90s, Oye Mi Amor. Oye Mi Amor, no me digas que no. That is so cool. They have really nice songs. And yes, of course, that song that you mentioned was very, very popular in here.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Mao?
Well, what can I say? In Colombia, they were the top. They were everywhere during the 90s, during the 2000s, with all the songs you mentioned, El Muelle de San Blas, Vivir Sin Aire, that is the song that we are talking about, Corazón Espinado, Labios Compartidos was, wow, huge, 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 I can't describe. And this is the kind of band that I grew up listening, but never liked it until today. Now I can
Hmm.
listen to the songs. I'm thinking, oh, this is very good because it reminds me of my childhood and the lyrics. I can appreciate the lyrics more. But during my childhood and my teenage years, it was not like that. I didn't like them so much in that moment, and
Mhm.
it's unfair with them in a way because they were compared a lot with the other rock and español bands like the Argentinian ones, and
Hmm.
they always said like, "Oh, you're not rock enough, you are more pop," and I think it's unfair for them because they had beautiful lyrics, and no matter if it was not so rock or so pop, or, like they were in these two worlds, but at the same time they were very loved by people. I had a
Hmm.
friend in high school that her name is Gloria, and she used to love them so much and had their CDs, and like, so yes, they were very appreciated here. They were very famous here, and every song that they released in that moment was a big hit here
Yeah.
because they were very loved here, and they visited Colombia a lot of times in that moment
Uh,
during the 2000. They were coming a lot, so yes, they were like very embraced by Colombia. Like they are like Colombia, like
yeah.
Colombians. They were very
Hmm.
Yeah.
loved.
Yeah. We have
Yes,
comments,
a great
Mariel.
band. Yes. Adrian says, Mana is huge here in the States in the Hispanic community. We used to go to this restaurant after church and they had a rocola and people would always play Mana songs. Um, and that El Muelle de San Blas is based on a true story that is like
Uh,
totally sad. Huh, yeah, I know. El Muelle de San Blas, I think it's in the state of Nayarit. Um,
Yes,
Joaquin says, I hate that Santana song with Mana, El Muelle de San Blas, arrived in Brazil 5 years later. Oh my god.
yes. Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy.
great.
I love it.
Okay, so let's move on with my final song, the last song from this dynamic. From Colombia, I chose Juanes La Camisa Negra. That song was everywhere, anywhere, anytime, any place, with everybody singing that song. It was crazy. And I love that song. I personally think it's Juanes' best song to date. So it was so catchy. You could see it everywhere. I actually once sang that song in a karaoke, so it was really cool. Um, yeah, so Juan is in here is really, really popular. You can always tell that he's coming because you see a lot of ads promoting him, his music, and his tours and stuff. So in here, he is huge. And that song, La Camisa Negra, actually was number one in Mexico for weeks. So that's the song I chose. It's great, and I love Juanes. So yay! And now I want to know, Mao, was the song that huge in Colombia as it was here?
Imagine, me, Mariel, imagine. I think huge can describe how it was. I want to talk about something that happened in that moment here in Colombia. I don't know if all the other countries know about this, but we had this Britney Christina fight, like rivalry, but with Shakira and Juanes. Like the two
Ah,
artists, the two Colombian artists trying to get success and being very successful outside the world. There is a rumor, and
mhm.
this is a disclaimer, but I don't know. I read about it. I'm not sure if it was true. In that moment, Juanes was working with a manager that is called Fernan Martinez, and he worked in the past with Shakira too. But it was not possible for it was not possible for him to work with her anymore. she got success. You know, because she decided to like change her team. So people say,
Mm.
and the rumor says that he was very mad at her because of that. And now he was working with Juanes with this successful album, and he wanted to discredit Shakira
Mm-hmm.
in that moment. So all the campaign of Juanes, that is called Se Habla en Español, was trying to say Juanes doesn't need to sing in English to get success, you know, to be successful around the world, like
Okay.
Shakira.
Mm-hmm.
So with La Camisa Negra was like that, you know, like Juanes was releasing this song saying like, I'm better in comparison to Shakira because I don't have to sing in English. I don't have to try to emulate a pop star to get success around the world. So it is a rumor, but it's amazing. It's something interesting that I wanted to share with you. And I don't know if it's true or not, but
Mm.
I think it makes sense in a way. Say that's I already said this, and now with the song, of course, the song was popular here. The song was really popular here, was everywhere, even tired of the song in a way. And now I love it, but in that moment, I was a little saturated of the song because it was on the radio, was on the TV, was everywhere, you know. And Juanes in that
Mm-hmm.
moment was is with Shakira, you know, like if Shakira released
Okay.
in that moment, whenever, whatever, Juanes was with, I think it
Adiós le
was
pido.
Adios Le Pido and the collabs with Nelly Furtado and everything. So they were like
Mm-hmm.
this in that moment. They were like this releasing songs. And actually, there is a conversation about, oh, we deserve as Colombians a collaboration between Shakira and Juanes. And this is something that I want to see, to be honest. This is something that I want to see because I
Mm-hmm.
grew up listening to both of them, you know, like I grew up listening to Shakira and Juanes. So it's a shame because right now Juanes is not popular at all here. You know, of course, people love him, but in this moment, he doesn't have the same impact that he had during the 2000s. So, and Shakira, you
Yes.
know, it's still big. So
She
it's a shame, but yes, that happened in Colombia, and it was a moment when he was everywhere and he was really, 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 really famous, and everybody loved him in that moment. So yes.
Oh, well. And what about in Brazil, Lucas?
Was not popular here, this song. I think
Wow.
I saw the music video on MTV or something back then, but no, I knew the song because I was already obsessed with charts all over the world. So I remember seeing this song
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of not Spanish speaking countries. So that
European,
made me,
yes.
yeah, that made me curious, but was not popular here. One is released here in Brazil, Adios Lepido.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was kind of like a promotion after he was on Latin Grammys, I think. I think he
Mm-hmm.
won a lot of Latin Grammys or was nominated or something. So they released it here, but was not huge as well. Was like the music video on MTV sometimes, a few radio stations playing, but I love it. Adios Lepido so much. Yeah, I used to have the
Mm-hmm.
same hair of him in that moment.
Yes.
I was 13, yes, so I had the same hair, and I remember, I don't know, connecting with him because of that. You know, I have the same hair, the clothes that he wears were so cool, and I wanted to imitate a little bit.
And he was
Uh,
a rock guy too.
a rock guy, yes, exactly. But the only song by him that was really popular here was Para Tu Amor.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That song was huge here, too.
yeah,
This song was popular here, but not big. It's crazy.
yeah. That song in that year, I think it was 2007. Uh, play a lot, and in the year-end charts I'm pretty sure it's inside the top 100, because it was part of telenovela soundtrack and everything. And we can tell that it was popular because my boyfriend is not into music like us. He loves music, but he doesn't go deep like us, and he knows that song. He loves that song. He can sing that song from the beginning to the end. So that's how you know he was popular.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. We have here Adrian says, my favorite Juanes song is Nada Valgo Sin Tu Amor. Great song. It's such a pretty song. I feel like you can also sing it to God. Does that make sense? Yes, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. That's a beautiful song. And Joaquin says that La Camisa Negra was number one in the German top 100 in 2005 and number one in Chile too. I love that album Mi Sangre, Papacito Juanes.
In that
Papacito.
in that moment, Juanes looked so good. Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
hot in that moment.
Hottie, yeah. Okay, so that was our selection. Sorry. For for this episode. Thank you. And now it's time for us to move on to the obsession of the week, starting with Luquitas.
Yeah. My obsession this week is my own song because I cannot miss the chance to promote.
Sure,
So my new single is Reticências in Portuguese. It's available now on Spotify since today, so everyone can listen. I added to the playlist. Is a very emotional song that I wrote last year and had the chance to record last month, and now I'm releasing. So I hope everyone likes. And if someone watching do not understand the lyrics, I can help because it's in
Okay.
Portuguese. Yes.
Congratulations, Luquitas, on another
Thank you.
song.
and yes, we are so proud.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
We are
absolutely.
you.
so
I'm
proud.
really happy. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yay. Luki, Luki. Okay. Perfect. And now, Mao, your obsession?
Okay, we had with Lucas hours and hours of just being lying in the couch, watching videos, and he was with one and I was with the other, and watching and talking about, oh, in this video, and I had like the lovely opportunity to know more about Sandy and Junior, about the Lucky collection by them and everything, and a song that always like and still like and I'm obsessed again with is El Amor de Fallará. So
Uh,
Mm.
yes, it's a song that I really love. I always
that
love that.
could be part of this episode easily.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. And but I wanted one in Portuguese. That was the reason I selected.
Yeah.
So yes, actually they were very popular with this song. This song was huge here. El Amor no Fallará. That was the only one, sadly. But I kind of obsessed with the performances, because in every performances, live performances, they look different. They do different things. I remember watching what with Lucky when Sandy looks very gorgeous and dancing very good, like a big pop star, like Christina, Britney, something like that. So I'm obsessed with the live performances of El Amor no Fallará.
Yay. Love this.
Great.
What about you, mi Mariel?
My current obsession is a song called Confessions. Yeah, Confessions. Yeah, by Louise. I'm sorry. British pop singer Louise just released her latest album Confessions last week.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with her song Confessions. It is so pop. I love that she is trying to bring back those 2000 early 2000s flavors into her songs. So I love it. I like her voice. I like her music. You guys go ahead, and if you love pop music as much as I do, then you will love Confessions. It is really cool, and I think it's really club friendly, if you ask
Oh,
me.
okay.
So that's my
Is
current obsession.
is the same Louis that has this cover by Bones Back?
Yeah. It's the same.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
And the
Got,
same
Louis
got.
that was part of the girl group.
Eternal.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. The Eternal.
Yes, 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 yes. Gotta listen.
Yes. Now, what about your collection, Luquitas? Is there anything you would like to share today?
Yeah, I don't have anything new because the last episode was Thursday, so
Mm-hmm.
it was very close. But I was thinking I wanted to show you two singles that I have here by Rebelde that I think has everything to do with our episode because it's in Portuguese. So our promos
Oh,
for
wow.
radio, yes, the song Fique em Silêncio, that was Só Quédate em Silêncio, e
Mm-hmm.
Rebelde em português, and this is Nosso Amor, that is Nuestro Amor. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
all those songs were very popular here in both languages. Like on radio, they play a lot in Portuguese, and but the fans here in Brazil always prefer in Spanish anyway. But those two are kind of treasures in my collection because they're very rare. So I'm really happy to have. And is another case of music from your country, Mariel, that Brazil loves, and it's here. That's
I
why I
know.
decided to show today. Yes.
Perfect. What about you, Mousy Mumu?
I was looking because I had a mess here, but I found it. This is a gift by my friend Marlon from Barranquilla. I was never a huge fan of Enrique, but this album I think is pop perfection, and
Yes.
it's very like this kind of pop that was released in that moment. I always consider that he's very hot. So, and I remember watching Hero that is from this album, right, friend?
No, it's the next.
Okay. Anyway,
This is by
it was
Valentine.
like it was for, around the same time. So yes, this is a gift by my friend Marlon. So I appreciate it so much, and I think it's very good. And I want to connect more with Enrique and these eras because I think I can like more.
Perfect. Lovely.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love Enrique.
What about you, Mimari?
I have here my Solid Harmonies Circus
Mm,
single that they just
Oh
sent to
yeah,
me with a signed postcard.
no way.
cute.
Cute. Yeah.
Yes, I am so happy because this is, well, they released this single a few years ago, but now they re-released it under this Skitty Beats Radio Edit. It's now a different version. It's the same lyrics but with different arrangements. So they sent me this last week, and I couldn't be happier to have one more because I already have two singles by Solid Harmony. So this is my third, and it's great. It only has two songs, but I love it. So this is
Yeah,
my
special. I love this
edition.
song. It's really good.
Love
Yes,
it. Yes.
yes. So well, that's about it. um, Joaquin says, "I love you, friends." Lucas, I loved your song.
Oh,
Yay!
gracias, Joaquin. Muchas gracias.
Yes, go and listen to Luquita's new song. Please do yourselves a favor. Okay, so well, it was all for today. I hope you guys had enjoyed it with us as much as we did. Um, I enjoyed so much talking about music that from each of our countries made an impact in our countries. So it is really interesting to know how far music can reach. So it's awesome. Anything else you want to add, Mousy Moo?
Thank you, friends. Something that I was thinking today is like I said in the beginning of the episode. Thank you for opening the doors of your houses for me. It is a pleasure, and for me, it's a privilege to be with you in these different moments. I love it so much. I love your friendship so much. I have the opportunity not only meet your house, meet your loved ones, the people you love. I had the opportunity to meet Marcos, and he was very very nice to me. And I have the opportunity to meet Mariel family and Mariel husband, Julian. they are like very amazing for me too. So this is people that is right now like part of me. So thank you so much, friend. I love that. I love that interaction. Like, and I have the privilege, and I thank God so much because of the privilege, because of my work. I have to go to your houses and to go to your countries and enjoy your company and your love. So love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, the audience. Always is a pleasure. Thank you, the fans, Adrian and Joaquin, that are all the time with us. So right now they are not fans anymore. They are friends too. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Ma. We love you.
Uh, I love you. Thanks.
Luquitas, please do Adrian a favor and send him a kiss. He's asking you to send him a kiss. Go
He was
on.
Adrián, te
he
mando
was
un beso. Te mando un
for a
beso en español para ti. Sí. Un besito más. And
Okay, you
I
gotta
want to say
satisfy your
thank you.
fans.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Adrian, Joaquin, for watching, for the comments. I love to know the perspective of both with everything we are talking here as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mariel. Thank you, Mauricio. As I said before, my house is always open for you guys, and was such a pleasure having Mao. Maybe someday you can have Mariel, other people, because it's incredible to have all those connections with people all over the world, that we have so many different things, but we have this passion for pop music that unite us in a way. So that is magical. So thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I love you both, and I really appreciate your friendship and the other friends we've made along the way. So thank you all for being part of this family that we are now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we will be seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. We love you and have a great, great night.
love you.
Bye.